Novak Djokovic is one of the most selfish athletes I've ever seen. Period. That's the long and the short of it. Okay. What's up, guys? Magic Knives here, and you're watching some new AO Tennis 2 gameplay. This is part 1 of my match as Naomi Osaka versus Serena Williams. A nice rivalry match between these two. I believe 2 times they faced off each other, and Osaka beat Serena. It's unbelievable. I'm a big fan of Naomi, and hopefully she'll go far in the women's tennis world. But we're getting off track here because we got some crazy stuff that I have to drop on you in this commentary. You probably already know it from clicking on this video that Novak Djokovic, this is what we're talking about in this commentary, okay? One of the greatest of all time, okay? There's no doubt, okay? He is literally, last year, he was nearly unstoppable and nearly clinched the calendar Grand Slam, winning all 4 tennis majors in the men's professional tennis, and he only stopped short at the U.S. Open because of Danny Medvedev. An incredible match. It was just incredible, and I mean, it's just super heartbreaking for him, but you know, he's still one of the greatest of all time, and he might go down as one of the greatest of all times. That is, if you know, Rafael Nadal doesn't stop him, you know, because he's still got quite a few years ahead of him. And Roger Federer, you know, he's obviously close to, you know, his last few legs of his professional career, you know, but all 3 are tied at 20 Grand Slams, and there's no doubt we are living in the greatest era of tennis right now, because tennis could not be more competitive than this right now, with these top 3 greatest of all times tied at 20 Grand Slam majors. But now we come to this, okay? The start of 2022, the Australian Open is coming up, okay? And this is Novak Djokovic's major, okay? Novak Djokovic has the most amount of Australian Open wins. Rafael Nadal has the most French Open wins, and Roger Federer has the most Wimbledon wins. And Federer and Sampras, I believe, are tied at US Open. I don't remember exactly who has the most for US Open, but you get the idea, okay? Each player has their respective major that they are dominant in, okay? But now here's the thing, okay? Novak Djokovic is a very selfish prick, and here's why. Because up until this point, he has yet to announce his vaccine status right now, and it's pretty clear right now that he's probably unvaccinated, very, very likely, okay? And the thing is, last year he got COVID. I'm not sure if it's last year or maybe the year before, okay? But the point is, he got COVID when the world was already at a very high risk with COVID, and the world has gone to shit, okay? And you know, everyone had to start taking these restrictions and precautions into place, okay? A lot of players started, you know, being more careful about everything, and you know, they withdrew from tournaments and stuff like that. They got vaccinated and everything. Djokovic, however, refused, okay? And he even went so far as to partying and throwing an event, and there was no social distancing involved, okay? And both he and his wife got COVID, okay? They both got COVID, and they paid with punishment for not wearing masks, not you know, social distancing and using their brains, okay? So he paid the price, right? And he learned his lesson? Not so much, okay? After that, you know, he still, you know, doesn't define his vaccine status or whatever, right? And you know, like other players, you know, they get vaccinated, whatever, right? And like as last year, he was practically unstoppable, okay? Like the only times he came up short was in the Olympics when he was trying to go for gold, as well in the U.S. Open, like I told you, when he got beaten by Medvedev in the finals of the U.S. Open. Very heartbreaking. Okay, but now with things continuing as they are now, with COVID getting much worse now with Omicron, especially where I am in Ontario. Okay, the Australian Open is now coming up. Okay, and when in Australia there is a mandatory vaccination when you're coming into the country now. Okay, Djokovic, however, refuses to come clean with his vaccination status, probably because he is not vaccinated. Okay, so now he's with the Australian Open coming up in a couple weeks. He came into the country to obviously come and play the Australian Open, and the Australian Open themselves gave Djokovic a sort of exemption, all right, to this tournament, because he is the 9-time winner. He is the record all-time winner. So of course they want him back. They want to bring him back so that they can make lots of money and sponsorships and stuff like that, right? But the government, the Prime Minister of Australia, has now exempt him or refused him permission to stay in the country and be able to play. So right now he's being put in some kind of detention thing, kind of just not being allowed to roam around and stuff right now. And there is a lot of uproar right now from obviously a lot of the Djokovic fans and supporters, right? But this is proof just how selfish he is, because even to this point now he's getting his lawyers to try to stand up for him and try to revoke this and stuff like that, or turn this around and stuff like that, right? And the Prime Minister himself, when he got interviewed, okay, he literally said, rules are rules, there are no exemptions, nobody is above the law and stuff like that. I don't know the exact quote, but I could probably Google it or something, right? But I give mad respect to this Prime Minister, okay? Australia is not the best as far as certain laws or things like that, especially when it comes to guns and airsoft. If you can follow my channel and my past commentaries about Australia and their airsoft laws. But this, okay, I will give him and Australia mad respect for, okay? Just because you are the 9-time Australian Open champion and you are possibly the greatest of all time, you are not above people, okay? You are being a selfish prick if you are saying I'm not going to give a shit about the whole what's going on in the world right now. I am free to just come into your country, and play, because all I care about is surpassing the all-time Grand Slam record, okay? That is literally what he is doing right now. So truthfully, I would love it if I hope the Australian Prime Minister and the government can hold their ground so that they do not allow Djokovic to play. Because until he gets vaccinated, I really hope that he isn't allowed to play at all, okay? Whatever tournament that is coming up and stuff like that, I really hope that tournaments start stepping up, which obviously it's going to be pretty hard because he's obviously a huge sponsorship opportunity and a huge money grabbing athlete. So I hope that if anything, people will stand up to this, because this is really selfish. This is really a huge amount of being just being a selfish person. Okay, this is just my thoughts, though. Okay, I have respect for. I try my best to have my respect for Djokovic. He's an amazing player, but just having having at least some diligence and care for the rest of the people around you and the rest of the world, this is not cool. Okay, this is just my thoughts, my opinions. Okay, so you can tell me your thoughts and opinions as well. Tell me whether you think Djokovic should be allowed to play or not. We'll see what happens. I'll probably update I'll update this in the comments down below so you can we can see what happens. All right, but I seriously am applauding the Prime Minister for stepping up and denying Djokovic the right to enter in Australia. Okay, and I hope Djokovic will finally wake up to his senses and just freaking get vaccinated already. Okay, because seriously, it's not about you; it's about saving lives right now. Okay, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Stay tuned for future uploads and commentaries in the near future. Take care, guys.
Fifteen 40.